Shalom, shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah. First and foremost, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. To you I say shalom. And shalom unto the hopeful elect, Kwam Yasha Allah, and Abad Babal. And I'm going to let this clip play. Title of it's called Detroit rapper Dank DeMoss denied Lyft ride due to her size. This is from the channel Fox 2 Detroit. And obviously this has to do with her weight. She's overweight, and that's totally out of order. By the way, she's not overweight. She's morbidly obese. And for the most part, that really goes back to the curses. Curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and also the curse that's found in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, in the 16th verse on down. That's in regards to our women. You know, our women are not supposed to be obese and unhealthy, man. And that's a damn shame. And by the way, this video is obviously for educational purposes. It's for spiritual teachings. You know, I don't get a kick out of doing this lesson. You know, our women are not doing too well. And that's because it's really our fault, you know, as the men. Because we're the Lord's tabernacle. It really begins with us. And for the most part, the men are out of order. Now, you do have a select number of men that are out there that are doing the right thing before the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. But collectively, as a nation, when it comes to the men aren't right. And that's why your glory, which is your woman, she ain't right. And you're about to see why. You know, this ain't right. And it's to the point now, due to liberalism and this whole feminist bullshit, these women can come out there and voice their opinion about things that don't even matter. When they're out of order, they're totally out of order. And it's to the point now they think that what they're doing is something special, like it's gonna help the world. When really you gotta fix your own issues, and that's what you see here. So I'm gonna play the clip and then obviously get into the good stuff, which is the scriptures and precepts. Here we go.
Tonight on The Edge, a Detroit rapper is going viral for something other than her music.
Fans know her as Dank DeMoss, and they're fuming after a Lyft driver allegedly denied her a ride because of her size. And Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack is live in Detroit with this story. And my goodness, tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banley whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
And you see that? The woman ain't even really walking. She's wobbling. You know, she's wobbling. That's a serious problem. If it gets to this point where you can't even walk properly, you have a problem. Both physically and spiritually. We know physically, she's probably got high blood pressure, most likely, diabetes, and clogged arteries, and the whole 9 yards. This woman isn't healthy, physically and spiritually. But if you're wobbling and not walking properly, you have a problem. You have a serious issue. And the onus is on you to get right. And you got to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yoshai to do something about this.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
And it's true, man. You know, I understand why this Lyft driver denied her. You know, she doesn't need a lift. She needs a forklift. Man, this woman is almost 500 pounds. She's 489 pounds, man. You know, that's forklift weight. That's the type of stuff that you carry on a forklift. Not a 4-door sedan or a 2-door coupe, man. You know, that's bugged out, man. That's actually bugged out. Folly is set in great dignity. You're telling me you can fit in my car? Let me get a precept, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. The rich being us, the Israelites. You know why we're rich? Because we have this truth and we have the name of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, and he's dealing with us. And when you go into the law, you're not supposed to be unhealthy. You're not supposed to be overweight. Well, really, fat as hell. Okay, you know, in this place, obviously, we're going to go through things. We're going to get ailments. It's not going to be perfect. But for the most part, you shouldn't be gluttonous, man, and making yourself fat, because the laws, it doesn't teach you to be gluttonous. But yes, folly is set in great dignity. And what is folly? Folly is foolishness. And this is foolishness, man. This shouldn't be news. This is just a woman with a weight problem, man. And nobody's correcting her. And instead, what they're doing is they're coming to her defense. Everybody should be telling her, you're too fat. Lose some weight. Go to the doctor. Lose some weight. You know, stop eating all that grease. Stop eating all these damn burgers. Take care of your health. Stop eating bacon. Stop eating ham hocks, because that's what she's eating. Right? But this guy, he was right for saying that. I would have said that too. Can't come in my car, man.
Because they need to order the Uber XL.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I get the money and flip it and make some food.
Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see, like, what we go through as bigger people, you know?
We did reach out to Lyft. They did not get back with us in time for this story. Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat. But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight. It's very clear in that cell phone video. That is why he denied her ride.
And you know, she's gonna probably win in court, man. And that's folly set in great dignity. Stupidity prevails in this place. Reminds me of another precept. I believe that's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. This is evil, man. This is evil. This place is evil. But then when you go onto the highways and byways and stand up for something right, you get ridiculed for it, or you can get locked up or lose your life for it. You know? Fucking joke.
Reporting live on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
And because these Lyft drivers, their own personal rides, I mean, they turn people away, but they have some discretion, you're saying, but when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with Deja.
Yeah, it's interesting because you said so many people came forward after this, so clearly it's an issue out there right now. Thanks, Jessica.
Yeah. Wow, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, I got some precepts. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Actually, I'll start at 16. It says, Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. And that's talking about you, your physical and spiritual temple. But mainly going into the vessel that you're in right now that holds your spirit. You know, you're destroying your spirit's home. Right? because you're probably popping pills. I don't know what you're doing because you're in the rap world. So there's a lot of negative influences. So you're probably drinking, you're probably smoking, you're probably eating all that defiled foods, eating pork, eating shrimp, lobster, and just destroying yourself when, we have a dietary law. Well, the Lord does. That's in the law. And there's certain foods that you're not supposed to eat, and there's certain foods that you are supposed to eat. Right? So ultimately, if you're this big, man,
Whole situation.
If you're this big, where is it? If you're
To a
this
Detroit
big,
line.
If you're this big, man, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Now there are special cases where you're gonna come into the truth, and you may be this big, but guess what? The Lord's gonna clean you up, and He's gonna purge you. Right? He's gonna purge you, and He's gonna work with you. Right? But you can't serve the Lord being like this. How are you going to go out into the highways and byways? Especially you men, right? How are you going to go into the highways and byways and do the work if you're morbidly obese? You can't hold posts. You can't do nothing, man. Right? So anyways, man, just take care of yourself and pray. If you have a problem, a weight problem, pray about it. And like I said, I don't get a kick out of making fun of people's weight, because those are certain struggles that our people go through, especially our women. But there's a solution to that, man. You got to call upon the Lord. You got to have some faith, have some discipline too, right? It's hard, and it's supposed to be hard because we're not in our rest. It's not going to be easy. So this is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. So yeah, man, being morbidly obese and being spiritually unclean is unacceptable if you're about to present your body as a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And by the way, it says this is your reasonable service. So this is what you're supposed to do. Right? So, hey man, the Lord won't accept you if you're willfully going off and eating defiled foods or bad foods or unclean foods and destroying your temple, destroying your body, right? This body is supposed to be dedicated to serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Never forget that. Yes, it starts spiritually first, but it plays out carnally too. Even though the scripture says bodily exercise profiteth little, it still profits you something when you do exercise and you do take care of your body. Right? That doesn't mean you neglect your body and you don't work out and you don't eat properly. So it says, verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. That's right, renewing of your mind. You have to have a new mind, man. You gotta have a spiritual mind. You gotta unlearn all the things that you learn in the world to change. You gotta be persuaded in your own mind, right? And for the most part, a lot of our people, they're not persuaded. Even individuals in the truth, man. Still want to eat McDonald's, still want to eat Big Macs, you still want to cook with them nasty oils that is affecting you. Even though the food is all defiled, right? You still got to go through the motions and show faith, right? Right? So, anyways, you get another one. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye and buy and eat, yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me, here your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. So yes, man, and if you thirst if you're thirsty, if you're hungry, if you want that wine, you want that milk, and you don't want to pay for it spiritually, you got to come to Yahushua and stop spending your money on things that won't profit you. Because a lot of our people, they're spent, spiritually. This is what I'm talking about. This is, first and foremost, this is a spiritual thing, obviously, because this is talking about the truth, buying into this truth, eating the word, right? Milk and honey, because that all represents the word. The wine, it represents the word. The water, it represents the word, right? So stop spending money on the philosophies that are in this world, going into the idols of the different nations. But this can also play out physically too. A lot of our people are not buying into the dietary law. They're not hearkening onto the Lord by following the dietary law to the best of their ability. And, for the most part, it's not profiting them. They wax worse and worse. Right? So, hey man, if you're thirsty, if you're hungry, if you want money, spiritually, you got to come in this truth, and really you got to call upon Yahushua. You can't call upon any other power or any other philosophy to deliver you. If you want to be satisfied, if you want to be full, you got to come to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And for the most part, you people aren't full. Spiritually, you're eating empty calories, and physically, you're eating empty calories. And that's why you get so big, man. You get so fat. You look disgusting, man. You end up looking like the burger that you're eating, all round and greasy. So this is Leviticus chapter 3, verse 17. Excuse me. It says, "It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood." Yeah, and let's check out the word fat here. Right? Let's see the synonyms. Right? So fat. It says fat, fat of humans, fat of beasts, choicest, best part, abundance of products of the land. It says finest, fatness, grease, marrow. Yeah, you're not supposed to eat grease either, because our people are eating a lot of greasy foods, a lot of foods that are saturated in grease and fat. That's not good, like these damn potato chips, right? I remember back in the day, well, now they kind of, came around, a lot of these companies, but it's still bad for you, because I remember there used to be a lot of trans fats in these like potato chips and these fast foods. Esau tried to cut it down, but still a lot of these foods are very greasy. They're very rich, and you're not supposed to be eating too much rich foods and greasy foods all the time, and that's why you get clogged arteries. That's why you become obese and overweight. You get high blood pressure, hypertension. Yeah, man. So this is in the law, man. So you're not supposed to eat fat. You're not supposed to eat grease. So the Lord, he put a law out there for that, man. So anyways, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun is just another word for Israel. Wax fat had kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange powers, and abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to the Most High, to powers whom they knew not, to new powers that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. There you go. All right. And yes, you have waxed fat. You've gotten very greedy and gluttonous. And really, when it says you wax fat, you've increased. The Lord increased you with things. And then you became gluttonous, and you got out of hand in carnal things and also in spiritual things. And then you forsook the Most High. You went away from him. And then you denied Yahushua as well. Because Yahushua is also that rock of salvation too. Don't forget that. Remember, he's the rock of salvation. And he's that stone of stumbling. He's that rock, right? if you can understand that, if you see it spiritually, that is, right? So that's our nation. That's how we are. When we're not put in check, we get increase and then we go off. That's always been the pattern with Israel, and we've waxed and fat with carnal things, and then we got materialistic, and then it just got out of hand, man, and then we got destroyed, and that's what you see here. Jeshurun waxed fat, very materialistic and superficial, and her body shows that she's all that. All right, so the next one is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet. Yeah, and that's how you see them in the public. That's how you see them in social media. They're very haughty, very proud. Very proud. Very arrogant, too. And they really believe that that their opinion matters. And they stretch forth necks. You can't tell them nothing. They'll wave a finger in your face. Yeah, you can't tell them, I'm going to eat shrimp. I'm going to eat pork. I'm going to do whatever I want. And they have wanton eyes. They have undisciplined eyes, especially if you're joined onto them, if you're married to them. They won't hesitate to cheat on you or look at another man. Yeah, man. Walking and mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet. Yeah, wearing them high heels and them stilettos, all them decorative ornaments that are on them, whatever they wear. Very proud. Really, really, they're in the spirit of a whore, man. Verse 17, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. Yeah, the scab, the crown of the head. That's why they wear weave. That's why they can't grow their hair properly. And if they do grow their hair, they cut it off and then they put a wig on it. It's ridiculous, man. And it shows our women, man, they have mental problems. They have mental problems. And for the most part, they're cursed. Right? And that's because of us. First and foremost. Because we screwed up. Right? And they're our glory, so we can't enjoy our glory, which is our women. So they're going to look awful for the most part. All right, so we'll discover their secret parts. Yeah, their secret parts going into your private parts, man. Walking around with your gut hanging out. Walking around with your tits out. Walking around with your ass showing. All your secret parts. Those are the parts that your man is supposed to see while you're in the bedroom or you're in the home. Right? Not when you're walking about in the public. Yeah, man. So it says here, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and around their tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And that goes into your box, man, your vagina. Your vagina smells. It smells awful. And you know why your vagina smells? Because you ain't eating right and not taking care of yourself. You're not exercising. You're not showering properly. Really not showering, bathing. You're supposed to bathe, which a lot of women don't bathe. And then on top of that, what you're wearing, you're wearing these polyester spandex pants with these little puff boots. You tuck the spandex pants in your little boots, right? And then you're drinking a Starbucks coffee or a Starbucks caramel macchiato, which is all acid, right? And then you sit down on your couch in front of the TV watching Netflix and being stupid. And no wonder your pum-pum stinks. Right? Yeah, man, no airflow to your vagina either. That's why it stinks. And instead of a girdle or rent, that's right, a big belly. You're going to get a big belly, man. Big belly, a big gut, right? And instead of well-set hair, baldness. That's right. You're not gonna have nice hair, that good hair. You're gonna have a bald, patchy head. And instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. And you're gonna look ugly. You ain't gonna look beautiful. You're gonna look nasty. Yeah, man. So that sucks. And yeah, man, that's how our women look right now in this day and age. And you know, imagine how you're gonna look in hard times. Imagine that. Because all these things that you have, all this makeup, all this jewelry, all this deodorant that you can wear now, what's gonna happen when all hell breaks loose? You're gonna look like shit. You're gonna look like shit. Nobody's gonna want you. Man, you know, if these women don't shave for a week, it's disgusting. They shave their legs. Because some of these women out here have beards, too. Some beards, some big beards, man. I have a beard bigger than mine. But anyways, man, I'm done. I'm ranting now. I'm just talking. So I hope this was edifying. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful like Kwame Ashala and Abad Babal.